Hi everyone, in this video the review of our Fleetwood Flair RB year 2020 29 foot. Stay tuned for the review. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.
My name is Charles from Kathy and Charles Ventures, and for the past, I think it's 3 years, we've been, I guess, camping and stuff like that with this 2020 Fleetwood Flair 29M, and we're going to try to go over the stuff that we liked about it, or like about it, and stuff that we don't like about it. Outside first, and then we're going to go through the inside. Okay, and then after all that, we'll explain some of the stuff that we like. Actually, I like to do that as we go on, whether we like it or not. So we'll start from the front. It was the last one with the F53 chassis with the V10 in it, and since then they moved on to the Ford V8. I think it's a 7.3 or something like that. But they say it's a little heavier chassis, a little bit more torque, and then this one has a little bit more horsepower than this one has. But we haven't had any issues with the power behind it. Gross vehicle weight on this is, I think it's 18,000. I'm not too. Yeah, I think it is 18,000. It has one side slide, which we'll go over here and I'll show you. Pretty much a 3/4 slide of the whole motorhome, which really creates a lot of room on the inside, and you'll see that as we go in. This is your access door. You know, right, to check your oils, all the fluids, and so forth. The batteries up front for the chassis is up front, and I'll show you where the coach battery is, which is in the stairways. All right, it's easy to service the windshield washer. The servicing part of it is not that bad. It's pretty decent, with the exception of putting oil in it, which is way up here. You know, you have to literally, this is your oil servicing right here. So they make that kind of inconvenience, I guess, because of the way it sits. The storage compartments on this, I think on the outside, they could have had more, and I'll show you in what areas. To me, there's no reason why, I don't know why they didn't have at least one more compartment. Because if you look at the storage, as you can see, the storage compartment shares your inverter, some of your electronic stuff, you know, all the way over here. It does have a full pass-through, but it's not, I mean, it's about roughly about, I guess, 6, 7, 8 inches from there. You know, with me, I like to carry a spare tire, and normally I'll put it in the middle of the coach, and I couldn't do it with this one. I had to literally put it in the back of the tow vehicle. So that's where we had it most of the time. And back to the storage, is I really don't like storing stuff where they have electronic compartments and all that stuff, especially driving from Alaska to Colorado. The roads are unforgiving at times, but so far with this, we did it 4 times and no issues whatsoever. My dislike in here is there is no compartment lights. I had to get some of these to do it. I mean, you know, to me, I've never had a motorhome that doesn't have any lights in the compartment. I guess they figured you only operate. I don't know if that was a mistake and they forgot to put it in here or not, but I've never seen a motorhome that does not have compartment lights on it. So they are slam closed doors. It does have propane on it, you know. It does have this is considered a entry level motorhome, but if you, as you can see as we go through it, there's a lot of stuff that is not really entry level to me as far as I'm concerned, unless everything is coming with a 50-inch outside TV on it. You know, to me that's something that a more high level motorhome will get, a 50-inch TV. And there's 3 TVs in the whole motorhome. There's 2 inside. There's a 32 and I think a 24 in the bedroom. So the outside TV is actually bigger than the living room TV. It also has outside kitchen. The outside kitchen has microwave, refrigerator, sink, and some storage. It also has an area for you to put your stove on, and it has compartments to you know, put your utensils and stuff like that, or your silverware, I should say. It does have storage up here for your pots and plates and all that stuff. As you can see, we have it packed with stuff in here. The only thing I don't like about this, the outside kitchen, is it would have been nicer to have the ones that go up, because it's you know, even though we have the awning, as you can see, it's almost a full body awning that covers most of it. It's a lot easier for us to get in and out, as if it was above your heads is easier to me, because when you open and close this, a lot of times it gets in the way with the wind blowing. The wind blows and then it slams you back and forth like that. There is a latch for it, but sometimes the latch is difficult, and if the wind blows it too much, there's a chance of it coming out. This is your outside gravity fill for your water tank. The wheels, we have that on there. It does have outside entertainment. This is an 8,000 pound hitch. The thing about this is it doesn't really, if you reduce your carrying weight and all that stuff, you probably can tow 8,000 pounds. But if you look at the specs on this here, it shows that for dinghy towing, it's only 5,000 pounds. But you can tow trailers up to 8,000 pounds, which to me doesn't even make sense. The generator is a 5500 Onan generator. Again, you know, it's one of those things that normally for entry level stuff you don't get. To me, the entry level only have one AC unit. This one has 2, and so forth like that. So that's another one to me. It has that. This here says it's an 80-gallon fuel tank, but when I was underneath the motorhome doing servicing, the tank itself literally said only 75 gallons. So I don't know what's going on there. Again, that's another one of the things that I'm wondering if they put the wrong size tank in here as we go, because it says only 75 gallons on the actual identification plate of the tank itself, even though the specification says it's 80 gallons. It does have wet bay, and I don't understand why they never put locks on the wet bay, which I will be doing shortly. This is another thing that to me is a little high end, other than a little upper than your regular entry level motorhome, because your dump station is on the inside enclosed, and you can rotate it, which normally, you know, to when you want to dump, and then rotate it back up, you know, from it, however you want to put it, it's up to you. And everything is so handy. It's right here. It does have a filter. The only thing that disappointed me on this is I took this out to see what the filter is on it, and it had no filter in there. So this whole time when I bought it, it never had a filter on it inside of the cartridge itself. Your black tank, your gray tank, and the numbers we will put up there, you know, as we go, as far as what they are, because I can't remember them off the top of my head. Another storage area again, and as you can see, it's the pass through to the other one on the other side, and again, you're sharing all the electronic components. What I was saying as far as they could have put at least one more storage. You have this whole area here that has nothing stopping it from you putting another, even if it's a small one, a medium-sized one, another one right here, which gives you a little bit better. And there's no components that you have to share with any electrical parts of it. That's pretty much it for the outside of the motorhome. There's actually one more thing that really bothered me on this, was the door steps. The entry steps is one step, but if you look at how it is, when we previously bought it, it was already dinged up, and I ended up digging it up some more. But if you look how low it sits, so low, you only get roughly 4 to 5 inches of clearance, and it sticks out a good 3 or so inches from the motorhome itself. So when you're inside driving and you take a curve, you know, you have all this clearance here, and sometimes if there is a curve or anything like that, because I've hit the curve, you know, turning, especially when you go through the city and everything is tight, there's traffic all over the place, and you end up hitting this. And on certain stretches on the highway, and from going through Canada, the Alpine, the Yukon territory, with when you hit the frosties, it bounces. And this last particular time it never happened, but it was all in the wintertime, so it was basically going pretty slow because of all the ice and snow on the ground. But the first time we drove it, coming back, which was in August time period, you know, where the snow was clear, we ended up bouncing and hitting that, which is because of the low clearance on there. So there is steps. I don't know why they put these steps. There is steps that it's pretty much a one step, but it conforms and it folds it goes into the body, and everything is tucked. Let's check out the inside. I said there is 2 AC units. There is a drop down bed. You know, it does come down. It is a nice system. The bed itself, when we first got it, it came with this mattress, which is, to me, is kind of a joke, because my eldest son slept on it the first time, and he said it's uncomfortable, to say the least. So what we did is we put a memory foam 3-inch mattress on top, and he said it's really nice now to sleep on. So it does have compartments. It does have lights for the top, you know, and it does have curtains that come here and give you almost like a little privacy area up there. The curtains are set up there. Yeah, this is our control panel here, which is convenient, to be honest with you, because it's right up front. You know, you have your auxiliary batteries, your main batteries, and it's plugged in now. This one is being charged. That's the reason why it goes like that, if you can see that. Your LP, even though it reads 3/4, it's actually full. They never fill it all the way up. Black is empty, gray is empty, and fresh water is empty, because we have it still winterized from driving back in March. And you have your gas water heater, and it's only a 6-gallon water heater. In the future, we're probably going to get an instant hot water heater, and your electric part of it. This is your battery disconnect, and that's your water pump, which is off, and your generator start and stop. And the generator does have automatic, you know, cut on and off. You can set it up for, if the battery is low, it will cut on automatically. So you have generator switch here, you have generator switch here, you have your controls to set up your on and off, or you can set it up, you know, like for instance, if you go to a campsite in the quiet hours, or 10 or whatever it is, you can set it whereas it doesn't come on at 10 o'clock until whatever that time period is. It does have a pretty nice feature. This is one of the likes that I like about this. I do like the panel itself. I mean, it would be nice if you had one of those fancy panels that tell you exactly how it is, you know, by showing the actual figures of whether it's full or not. But this actually kind of tells you the same thing if you look at it. There's storage here and here, and the storage does pass through, so it's all wide open on there. And this is the 32-inch TV. I was telling you, it does swivel. It does come out and swivel on there. So you have pretty decent view if you're sitting out on the couch. It's not ideal, but it's comfortable if you're sitting in the front, you know, and the chair is swiveling. You do have, like I said, cupboard space over here, which is nice. I like the little glassy frosty looking thing. It does have drawers. 3 drawers over here. It's latches that holds them together. It doesn't really have what you call it, you know, like most of your motorhomes will have a little area you can put your garbage in there and all that kind of stuff. This one has the water heater directly under here, behind here, so it's hard to do anything. You only have this much space, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that or not, no. But there's not much room to do anything, so we end up buying one of these things, which is more convenient. We used to put the garbage right here, but when you operate the slides in and out, it's an issue with that. We do have a sink, which is just a circular sink. That's it. The stove, there's a oven, 3 burner. As you can see, this part of it, the screws on this side broke off, and I have to try to figure out, because the nuts on it is actually plastic. The High Point microwave is a pretty nice microwave. It's pretty big. It's a good size. It's almost residential type. The refrigerator is residential also, which I like the fridge. It's pretty nice. It's one of those things that once you set up your inverter, it doesn't really use that much power or anything like that, and you don't have to worry about. A lot of people, whenever they drive, they turn off their gas and propane and all that stuff. I don't have to worry about the fridge stuff going bad. I just let it run because it's being charged as you go. The latch on this is not really a great latch. We had to tape it up. We lost a whole bunch of stuff when we went through. we actually when we was coming back from I think it was Las Vegas going to Colorado, we ended up going through the Alps, I think it was, and believe me, this motorhome, the driving on it is actually pretty decent. It really impressed me there for the drive. There's a king size bed, and there's storages on the top. They have 3 of them all the way down. There is storage under the bed. As you can see, we really occupied a lot of the stuff under the bed. There is end tables, and that's the radio. You can set it for here and also over there from the driver's side, also on that side, and this side has one also. And there's plugins you can charge while you sleep. There is a window in the back, and there is an emergency exit, which we had to use because of the door locks had locked us in one time. And we had to use the emergency exit to get out because we was locked in the motorhome. We couldn't get out. And believe me, people make it seem as though it's easy. It's not that easy. It is a pain in the ass to get out of here. There is also shades on the side here. And the 24-inch TV. Now, there is hidden... These are the ones whereas even if it's raining, all of the windows are these types throughout the motorhome, with the exception of the passenger and driver's side, which is the slide. And they do have the shades. There is a closet, which is pretty decent sized closet, as you can see. It does hold quite a bit. I mean, you know, how much clothes do you really need whenever you're in a motorhome? Especially when you have 4 drawers also there, which are pretty good sized drawers. They're not as deep, but they hold what you need in its clip locks. There is a bathroom, which most motorhome does. They have the sliding doors. The sink could be a little bit bigger. I thought it would have been a pain, but it's actually not as bad as I thought. There is a medicine cabinet and some more storage here and here and here, and storage on the top. There is fans in the bathroom and fans in the kitchen. Another fan in the kitchen. They're not max air fans, they're just regular fans. That's your entry level ones. I guess speaking to here.
Sure.
In the shower it's pretty decent. We've used it, all of us. Most of the time though, we use it to store like our water during the winter time. Whenever you travel in the winter, you really can't use the water, so we take a lot of water with us. But it works for what it needs to be. Here's a skylight and so forth. There's a porcelain tub. It's a foot pedal flush. Right now we don't have any water in it, so it's pretty decent. It's comfortable if you know you get into that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much it for the motorhome. I'm gonna close.
8.
Huh?
Sleeps 8.
It sleeps 8. 2 in the back, 2 here, 2 over here. I mean, not big people in the front here. This is actually a pretty good size, more like a queen size or so up here. So definitely 2 up here. The home itself, it's very good handling. I hear people complain a lot about it. Now, I did feel when I was driving, when trucks pass by, you do get that uneasy, you know, almost like it's pushing you off to the side whenever somebody's passing you. When I first drove it, it was a lot better than driving the older 2004 Seabreeze, which was, to me, was more like, it was, if you know what that model is, the 34 LX model of the National Seabreeze, it looks just, it has the weight of, and it looks, to me, it should have had a diesel engine in it, to be honest with you, and a diesel or a Freightliner type of chassis on there. Even though the chassis was heavier and it didn't have anything, but it couldn't really tow more than 4,000 pounds. I had to literally not fill it up to tow our Jeep behind it, which was, our Jeep is roughly, I had it weighed at 4,400 pounds that we towed behind it. So this one here didn't really have much problems driving it. I'm gonna bring the slides in so you can see when we travel. You know, there's actually a body space opening it at the smallest area because I'm walking straight through. You know, the bathroom, easy. Refrigerator, easy. The bedroom, we have slept many nights with the slides closed in here. Plus, you can actually access the the drawers by just lifting up on this, and then you still have access to the drawers. Do you have anything to add?
Okay, I like this now.
You like the motorhome?
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yep.
The reason why I'm asking her is because she was very apprehensive when we left, when we changed, because our other motorhome had a lot of storage. It was very comfortable. Yeah, we do enjoy the motorhome. There's more likes than there are dislikes in the motorhome. I like the way it drives. I like the storage is sufficient enough because it will prevent me from overpacking. And with our last trip that we did, we went all the way to Florida from Alaska. Um, there's some stuff that I didn't really have to bring, and I'm pretty sure it's up to her. But I'm pretty sure there's things that she's saying the same thing too, as far as we didn't need to bring. The way the motorhome drove in the icy conditions up and down the hills, and there was a lot of hills driving through the Yukon Territory and so forth, even through Alaska. Alaska has a lot of hills before you even get to the Yukon Territory. It handled very well, and it didn't. I had chains, but I never really used the chains, even though I saw some of those tractor trailers was stopping and putting chains on. So that's basically it, and subscribe if you want to see more and more. My wife is going to put on more and more content. Kathy will, and I'll be there with her. We are retired, so, and we do have a lot of experience as far as with motorhomes. This is our, let me see, I think our 7th motorhome. Like I said, ask us questions, but do subscribe and share.
All right. Thank you for watching.
And thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.